Hey, my friends, welcome back to the UNCOMMODiFiED podcast. Today, we're going to explore this idea. I want to challenge you with this idea. Everybody needs a coach, and everybody needs a therapist. Welcome back to the UNCOMMODiFiED podcast, the show where we cut the crap and we talk about what it really takes to thrive in life. Today, we're going to tackle a topic. I can hardly say it. Tackle a topic that a lot of people avoid because, quite frankly, it makes them uncomfortable. We're going to talk about why everyone, in my opinion, needs a coach and a therapist. Yeah, I said everyone. And no, you're not the exception. If you're one of those people who think you're doing just fine without help, you might want to stick around because you're probably the one who needs this episode the most. We're going to dive into some hard truths backed up by some eye-opening statistics that I found. And by the end of this episode, you'll be wondering why you've been wasting your time trying to figure out life on your own. All righty? Let's get into it. Here's the thing. Most people are lying to themselves. You might be lying to yourself. You tell yourself you're just fine. You don't need any help, that therapy is for people with serious, air quotes, serious problems. And coaching is just for CEOs and athletes. Well, I'm here to tell you that your comfort zone is nothing more than a glorified holding cell. It's cozy. Oh yeah, that's sure. It's fucking cozy, but you're not growing there. Listen to this. According to the International Coaching Federation, 80% of people who work with a coach say they experienced increased self-confidence. Do you know what that means? That means that most of you are walking around out there without a coach, are at best half aware of your potential and at worst severely limiting yourself. And yet people resist this desire to get a coach. Why? Because admitting you need help is uncomfortable. Here's a newsflash. Growth is uncomfortable. And if you want to grow, you're going to need to get uncomfortable. If you're not uncomfortable, you're not growing. Now, let's tackle therapy. There still is some ridiculous stigma around seeing a therapist, especially in certain cultures and communities. People think, I'm not falling apart, so why do I need therapy? Are you kidding me? If you got a brain, you've got issues. Let's be real about that. We all carry around emotional baggage, whether it's from childhood or past relationship, work stress, or just life in general. The American Psychological Association found that 75% of people who engage in therapy report experiencing improvement in their mental health. And here's the kicker. Only a fraction of people who need therapy actually go. Why? Because they're afraid of being labeled as broken or weak, and they're afraid of facing those challenges in their life. Let me break this down for you. You're not broken for needing help. You're broken if you don't get help. Everyone has emotional wounds. Everyone has traumas, whether big or small. And if you're not willing to unpack them with a professional, then all you're doing is shoving them deeper and deeper down. And they're going to sabotage your life quietly or with a shout. Now, here's what people really need to understand. Here's where people really mess up. They think they can choose between a coach and a therapist, like it's some kind of either-or situation. I think that's wrong. I think you need both. I think I need both, and here's why. A therapist helps you deal with the past, your traumas, your unresolved issues, your mental health struggles. They help you understand why you act the way you do. They help you see the patterns that have been controlling your life without you even realizing it. Now, on the other hand, a coach focuses on the future. They help you clarify your goals. They help you hold yourself accountable and push you to reach your full potential. A coach doesn't care about your excuses. They care about results. They care about change and moving you forward. They're there to help you get out of your own way, stop wasting time, and take the action required to be successful and for change. Research from BetterUp shows that people who engage in both coaching and therapy report a 23% higher sense of well-being. Now, that's not just some small improvement. Think about that. That's the difference between living a half-baked existence and actually thriving. Imagine this. You've got a therapist helping you heal from your past while a coach pushes you towards the future. That's not just progress. That's transformation. And if you're serious about living life that doesn't just suck, you need both, in my humble opinion. Now, let's talk some stats and wake up a bit. People love numbers, right? So let me hit you with some that'll shake you out of your denial. According to psychotherapy experts, about 20% of the population is experiencing some form of mental health issue, stress, anxiety, depression at any given time. And you think you're fine handling this all on your own. Here's a news flash. You're not that special. Let's bring in some more perspective. LinkedIn did a survey, and it said 67% of professionals who had worked with a coach said that they were better able to manage stress and workload. And 60% said they were better off managing conflicts within their team. We're talking about tangible, real-world benefits. This isn't just fluff. And here's the kicker. So many people still don't think they need help. Why? Because they think they can just handle it. They tell themselves they're strong enough and that life isn't that hard. If that's you, stop kidding yourself. The strongest people that I know are the ones who know when to ask for help. You're not strong for going through it alone. You're just stubborn. So why are you holding yourself back? And you might not even know it. Here's what it boils down to. Fear. Fear of being vulnerable. Fear of admitting that you don't have it all together. Fear of the unknown. But let me ask you this. How's that fear working out for you? How's it making you happier? How's it making you more successful? How's it making you more fulfilled? I don't think it's making you any of those things. When you refuse to get help, whether from a coach or a therapist, or both, as I'm suggesting, all you're doing is letting your fear dictate your life. And I hate to break it to you, but fear is a terrible life coach and a horrible therapist. It will always hold you back. It will always keep you playing small. And you'll spend your life wondering why you're stuck. So here's the deal. If you're listening to this, it's time to stop with the excuses. If you want to get serious help in your life, it's time to invest in yourself. And here are some hard truths that I want to leave you to think about as you walk away from this conversation. Number one, stop lying to yourself. If you think you're fine, you're just fine without help, you're lying to yourself. Everyone needs support. Everyone needs guidance. Everyone needs accountability, whether it's emotional or professional. Number two, get over your ego. The only thing standing between you and the life you want is your ego. Swallow your pride and admit you need help. You're not weak for doing it. You're smart and you're strong. And thirdly, invest in yourself. Stop thinking of coaching and therapy as luxuries. They are investments in your future and in your family's future and your team's future. You spend money on all sorts of shit that you don't need every day. How about spending some money and some time on something that will actually improve your life? Let's cut to the chase. If you're still listening by now, it means deep down, you know you need to make change or someone around you. So what are you waiting for? You can keep pretending you've got it all figured out, or you can take action and get the support you need. It's that simple. This isn't about being broken or weak. It's about being smart enough to realize that you can't always do it on your own. So get a coach, get a therapist, stop playing small, and start living big, bold, and uncommodified. That's all for today. This episode of the UNCOMMODiFiED is done. If this episode pissed you off a bit, good. It means it hit a nerve. Now do something about it. And if it resonated with you, share it with someone who needs to hear this truth. Don't forget to subscribe and get your friends to subscribe to this podcast so I can keep speaking into your life. Until next time, take a long, hard look in the mirror and then go get the help you need. Trust me, you'll thank yourself later. Cheers. Have a great day.